Hello, hello, my love. Welcome back to the Arouse Podcast for another episode. I am your host, Samantha Pop, a life coach, and today we are starting with episode 1 of Boost Your Confidence, the confidence series here on the podcast. So today I am so excited for this very first episode because this is all about the foundation of confidence. But before I bore you, let's get into all the tea. Warning, the following presentation is intended for mature audiences. It includes stigma topics like sex, addictions, mental illness, adult dialogue, and strong language. Viewer discretion is advised. Okay, so why is confidence so important? I am so excited to dive deep into this episode and talk about confidence because it's what I do with my clients. I have grown my confidence a lot by myself, and it is a hard journey when you have no help. So that is why I created this series. And today's episode is about confidence, why it's so important, and why is that? Because it's the foundation to everything. When you are building your confidence, think about it as if you're building your dream house. And your confidence is the foundation. It's the concrete and your basement to your house. If you don't have a good foundation, it doesn't matter how big, beautiful, grand your house is, everything above the foundation is going to come crashing down at some point, or you're going to have a lot of problems and having to fix windows and the basic structure on top of the foundation, because the foundation is what holds everything up. If your foundation is crooked, it's not level, or you didn't let it sit long enough before building the house, and so then it's going to start sinking because it hasn't sat in the ground long enough, then you're fucked. So building your confidence is the same idea, in where you want to have a very solid foundation of how you are building your confidence at the very beginning, and the starting points is going to determine how the rest of your house is going to look and function, hence the rest of your life and the rest of your confidence that you're going to build. If you base your foundation of building your confidence on a lot of superficial shit, you're not actually going to build confidence. You're more likely to build an egotistical personality when it's superficial, or you're just not going to get very far in your confidence journey because there's nothing in that foundation that's strong to build it later on. And what you think is superficial may be a slightly subjective perspective, because I know some people absolutely hate positive affirmations for building their confidence and other areas as well. But in my life experience, I found positive affirmations to be very beneficial to me. If you're new to the podcast, new to following me, then you may not know that I actually have a positive affirmation tattooed on my left collarbone that's backwards. So when I look in the mirror, I can read it every single day. And that was a big part of me trying to build my confidence, was starting with positive affirmations. Even though I didn't actually believe that I was beautiful at the time, I knew that when I read this every day, when I say it to myself every day, that I eventually would believe it. I was going to get there. And I did believe that this positive affirmation was actually going to work for me and help me build my confidence in the way that I saw myself. It was a way for me to start my healing process and my recovery from my eating disorder at the time. I was getting off the eating disorder train, and this was my very first tattoo. And I also remember that my parents are very anti-tattoo. They're older in that generation where they don't believe that tattoos are a good thing, and they're just in that generation that I'm never going to change their mind. That's okay. So when they saw my first tattoo that says "You're beautiful" with my little mockingbird in the corner, they were not happy about it. But I came back to them and I said with confidence, this is my body, and if I want to tattoo it, that's what I'm going to do. You don't have any control or say on what I want to do with my body, because it's my body. I'm not your property. I'm a human being, and I get to decide what I get to do with my body. And that was a terrifying moment for me, because I knew my parents didn't like tattoos. I specifically went behind their back without them knowing to get this because I knew if I did tell them, they would try to stop me. But this is something that I knew I had to do for myself, and I had to have the confidence to even go out and do this so it could help me in my recovery and healing from my eating disorder, to build my confidence, to love myself, to love my body, and to get over the body dysmorphia that I've been struggling with for years. Just making the conscious choice and decision that I want to build my confidence, and saying that to yourself over and over again is empowering in itself, because you are making that choice, that decision that you're not okay with where you are right now. That's the first and most important step, is acknowledging that you want to build your confidence, that you know it's going to do something good for you, and it will. Because if I didn't build my confidence, I would still be in my eating disorder. I would be in multiple abusive relationships, never being in healthy relationships, never starting my coaching business, never doing fucking anything. So instead of staying in this cycle that I was just stuck in, I decided to get out of it when I decided to build my confidence in the way that I saw myself, my body, deciding that I was worthy enough and that I had enough confidence to start my own coaching business. Even though part of me wasn't completely ready or even convinced that I could do it, but there was a sliver of confidence and hope in myself that it's like, I think I can do this. So let's get this shit started and see where it goes. So I have your homework for today. Take out a piece of paper or your iPad if you have one of those apps that you can draw on your iPad, tablet, whatever it is, and draw your foundation to your dream house. Whether you are living in it right now or you have an idea in your head about your dream house, create your foundation and what that looks like for the basement of your dream home. Once you have that drawn out, just create the first level / main level of your dream house and just make it very simple for the time being. Now that you have the main level, I want you to dream a little with me. So write down a couple goals that you have and write them on the main level of the house / the first level. Write them down, whether it's, your dream house, or you want to build a career in whatever industry, you want to finish school, you want to have a baby, get married, you want to start your own business. It can be so many different things. If you have more than one, write them in there. Pause this and go do that right now. If you're all done that part, then continue on and go down to the basement part of your picture of your dream house. Now, this is an opportunity for you to look at your goals on the main level of your dream house and think to yourself, okay, I want to achieve this goal. What parts of my life do I need to change, build my confidence in order to achieve this, to get to that point? And for this episode's purpose, I'm going to give the example of I want to write a book. That is my goal on the main level of my dream house on my paper. And in the basement, I'm going to write down things I needed to change in my life or to do in order to build my confidence in that area in order for me to write a book. In the basement portion, I would scribble down, write for 30 minutes to an hour to help build my writing skills and build my confidence around writing, because the more that you do something, the stronger that it gets. And I'm going to touch on this part of working on something that the stronger it's going to get in another episode. If you're wondering about that, that is going to come in another episode here in the Confidence series. I might also add journal for 5 to 10 minutes every single day. Another idea that I might scribble down is take a creative writing course if I feel like I need to be taught in that area in order to help my confidence and my writing skills. So that was a very specific example on how you can do this exercise. And don't worry that if you're like, Sam, I don't actually want to write a book, that's okay, because I just gave it as an example to give you some ideas on what type of things that you can write down. And you almost want to reverse engineer your goal and think, okay, what do I need to do in order to build my confidence? And this is actually a huge thing for writers, is the more that you write, the more confident, the better you're going to get at writing. So you need to continue on that, your craft, right? So go and do that exercise, and it will help you on your journey of starting to build a strong foundation for your confidence. It is a very simple exercise, and I am so excited to hear how this exercise is going to help you start building a strong foundation for your confidence. That's it for today's episode. Make sure to stick around and catch the next episode where I talk about building your confidence with the perfect morning routine. There are so many golden nuggets and goodies inside of the next episode, so stay tuned and I will see you there. Hey love, did you love today's episode? If you did, make sure to screenshot this episode and tag me on social media at The Soulful Body Co. and hashtag Boost Your Confidence Series, as well as hashtag The Aroused Podcast.